Welcome everybody to RVT. This is RVT Rashid's Video Tube. You can jump to JC Rashid's Music Jukebox Center. Located on social media platforms. They told them, they said, you know what? Y'all gonna be on television on this Zoom thing. And there's no telling how those little buggers started to act when they found out they was gonna be on television in the 70s. And today, it's like, what? Now what? Where they at now? I mean, not putting a damper on shit, but just saying, you can't help but marvel how things change. So anyway, things change really meaning, okay, we benefited from it. We it helped us be creative. That and Romper Room helped us be creative. But for the average, it's like, well, what's it all, I mean, it's just telling them what they into, you know what I'm saying? Those kids growing up now, they're about our age, because we was about their age when we watched it, right? It sucks.
Fight pollution, so give a hoot, don't pollute, plant a tree today. Help Whitney spread the word, tell your friends what you heard, no matter.
You know somebody that drinks, you know if they drink or not, do you? You know if somebody drinks or not. You just could tell, And I see some old celebrities like on TV shows from the 70s. It's like, damn, ain't nothing wrong with drinking, but I'm just saying, I guess the problems in life, the stress in life. I don't know how I will act if I was a child celebrity and now it's like nobody will give a fuck about. I don't know how I will go about shit. I don't know.
The disease lupus in humans means pain, fever, fatigue, rash, arthritis, and to some victims, attacks on their vital organs. When detected,
some people don't care. You see some celebrities still got a smile on their face when they come on your show or whatever. Some of them still smiling. I swear to God. Not all of them suffering, dude. Not all of them suffering. That's a lie. Some of them still smiling and be like, yeah, I was on that saccharine show, this and that, that. They don't care. And some of them brag about it too. They brag about it.
You should always use caution.
Then you got some people that's ashamed that they did that. They know their mother's responsible for it, I mean, what child go walk in the office and ask to be on a television set and they put them on a television set? Or, them parents are responsible. They the ones that did every fucking thing.
They happen state by state by state.
So they probably like, my parents are responsible for me being like this on television. Now these people coming up to me saying, hey, you know, I like you, you know, on that show. And they could be really, they could be bitter. They could harbor some bitter emotions. And yet, and still, it's like, they gotta remember it's not really their fault, you know. I ain't gonna say it's their parents' fault either, but their parents are responsible. You know? Their guardians are responsible. Unless one of the producers have children or whatever. And you know that's the case in most of them cases. Because in Hollywood, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And that's what we learn. And that's how we can never be celebrities, because we don't know anybody around here. Even though I don't know why they put me in a Hollywood movie though, unless they know somebody and it's not telling me. Because I don't know. So it's not what you know, it's who you know. I don't give a fuck how talented you are. If you ain't been on that red carpet, if you don't know nobody. And we all got that. And that saying goes back to the 70s and 60s. And then what you can do is who you know in Hollywood. So you get these people in Hollywood that does things, and they have nieces, nephews, cousins. They have these, you know, cousins and nephews, and they say, "Hey, I'm gonna put you in a movie. I'm gonna put you in." You know, and that's an easy, and that's. Oh, my uncle working as a Hollywood executive or whatever. Oh, I'm gonna get a job if I'm like 40 years old and I'm cute and I'm talented. That's an easy door for me. And a lot of these celebrities have that shit. And when you look at that Zoom and look at them kids, and my mother used to tease us about it because she knew we was talented. And when we growing up, we did a lot of shit, and parents tease their children a lot with shit like Zoom and Romper Room and Captain Noah. I'm gonna send you pictures to Captain Noah, and they just teasing you and shit, you know. But the bitch ain't the bitch didn't know a thing called social media was gonna come out, and that's the funny fucking thing about it. Social media came out, and that's the internet bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Now it's, I didn't want my child to be noticed or whatever, and everybody know, and people angry at social media about that. They're very upset that people could go on the air in their household. It could be their child, or even their parent, or their brother or sister, or whatever, and get people to look at you and hear you talk and all, and it's very resentment and they jealous and shit. And guess what? Nobody's fault.
Here, you have to go with the grown-up, but you don't have to be real little, like my brother. He's 11. Oh yeah, tell your friends they can get a discount too.
That's just the way it is, you know. That's just the way it is. It's a sad situation. I didn't want people to know about you. And guess what? It's too late. I got a new R-Rabbit picture to show you guys. Just give me a few minutes. Got a new R-Rabbit. And I have another colony coming up soon also. Y'all really gonna like this showcase though. This just give me another week. We're working on the last one. We're done. You know, practically we're done. So I just need y'all to be patient with me while I get up this last show for the showcase. There's gonna be another week, about another week, right? A week and a half, something like that. Maybe 2 weeks, I don't know. But regardless, it's over. And thank God. But I didn't know. Well, that's the thing, I didn't know that it was going to be a summer thing. I didn't know the showcase, because it's turned into a summer thing. it's shocking because I didn't want it to be a summer thing. I just wanted it to be part of Shiesty. And now it's turning into, okay, this is the finale of the summer, this showcase, and that's not what I wanted. It's just, I'm going to say it's bullshit, but I'm not going to go that far, but it really upsets me that it's like that, because I didn't want it to be that way. I really fucking didn't. I wanted to do the showcase and still come on the air with other amazing Rashid content, you know. I didn't want it to be like the finale of the summer. I really didn't want that, because I feel as though I have a lot more to offer for Shiesty rather than the showcase. I have more to offer, and it's not enough time. It's not enough hours in the day. You know, it's not enough hours in the day, and I guess that's why we get up so early, trying to get a jump start on shit, because that's the only way you're gonna fit more hours in the day if you get up early. You know, it's never enough hours. When you're in the entertainment business, there's never enough hours in a day. And 24 hours is just not enough. I don't know who came up with such a shit. But if you took 2 days and just say 2 days is one day, that would be better. But then again, they charge by the sun rising in the sky or the moon at night. That's how you time a day. You know, all of these things just don't make sense. It would be so awesome if we had like one day was 2 days. Well, I know we do because we saw DC and Sweetie, but I'm speaking in terms of these people understand what I'm talking about. They understand what I'm talking about, and I'm speaking in terms of them. In our cult, we look at things different, but we look at things different in our cult. But it's saying that, you know, this 24-hour day shit sucks. It's just, you know, if it was 2 days for one day, you know, that would be much better. It'll give everybody more time to do whatever, you know. Then the birthday thing is always okay. It's your birthday coming up. You're getting older. All of these things are man-made. You know, all of these things are man-made. They're not natural. We go through metamorphosis. We do. I believe we go through metamorphosis from a child to an adult. That's like a metamorphosis process to me. Because it's fascinating how we go from childhood to adulthood. We're different we're still people. We're the same person, but we're different. Completely different. And then we go through it again. Yeah, then we go through it again with young adulthood. Then we go through it again with middle age. And that's where it stops at. Surprisingly, strangely, that's where it stops. Because you go, like, look at that Hulk Hogan. He don't age. Something wrong with his hands. I don't know what kind of Botox he taking or what. But Hulk Hogan don't age. I don't know what it is about him, man, but he been looking that way since now. I'm almost 50. Hulk Hogan been looking that way since I was 17. And I don't know what the fuck he doing to himself, dude, but he looks fucking great to be a senior. I don't know what the fuck he doing. I don't know what the hell but it don't make no sense how he looks the same like that, you know? And you get people like that who looks the same. I don't know, they don't work. I know he takes care of himself. I know diet and nutrition is the fountain of youth. I remember that from the 90s with Weeder and Muscle Fitness magazines and shit. I already understand that. But the guy looks great. And it's like, I don't know how he does it. I don't understand what he's doing and stuff. There's certain people, celebrities out there that really look like they're not aging at all. And Hogan is one of them. I mean, something going on with that guy. He's creepy, you know.
That's Liberty Trumpet. A great bubblegum flavor. So it without the bubble. New Incredibubble popping bubble gum. It pops inside your mouth.
You know, it's just, I don't know, man. Man made all of this shit, man, you know. It's not the real way. It's not the real natural way of looking. He made birthdays and shit. We celebrate our birthday and we get older and it's a number on our age. And all of this stuff is bullshit. You know, this is man-created stuff we're under. And all we're doing is metamorphosing to another being. Older is just a word. O-L-D-E-R. O-L-D-E-R. Older. It means, get the fuck out of it. You can name a cereal older. You can name you could do a painting and name the painting older. When you say older, it means that a person metamorphosing to a different state that looks more mature, I guess. I don't fucking know, but what I'm trying to say is, you know, we get older and all this and we feel a certain way. It's a bunch of bullshit because it's not original. Man put all that stuff here, like this, that, and the other. We're getting older and he did all this stuff. And it's not original. It's not like a flower growing up from the earth. You know, it's not like that. It just don't make sense when you really look at it. When we're just moving to another state of being. I'll give you an example. Remember Captain Noah? What if you saw Captain Noah at the age of 21 when he was in college? What if you saw Captain Noah when he was in college? And Captain Noah, young Captain Noah, go put on that uniform. And he get up there with Mr. Moose. And he's young now.
I got this Tweety Bird glass at Hardy.
You know? He's young. Okay? He get up there and start doing the Captain Noah show when he's young. Will he look right? Will kids buy it? Will kids buy it? What about Santa Claus? What if Santa Claus was 18 years old? What if Santa Claus was 18 years old? Santa Claus was a teenager. Will he look right? So what I'm trying to say is this metamorphosing that people do is not a bad thing. You see, some people just look good in their senior years. They fit in their senior years. Like if you saw like Walter Matthau, then you see a really young Walter Matthau, you'll say, I like the older one better because it's the Walter Matthau I know. You see what I'm saying? So the senior years, when you look that way, getting gray hair and wrinkles and all, that's not a bad thing, though. All you got to do is look at it like that, and you'll see it's not a bad thing. Because I know a ton of celebrities that I like that's in their senior years that if I saw them real young, I would be like, get the fuck out of here. I don't like the real young motherfucker. I want the motherfucker. You know, like Sean Connery or some fucking body. I don't want to see no, like, 18-year-old Sean Connery playing James Bond, 18 years old, 17 years. I want to see the senior motherfucker. You see how it fits? So when people get older, why do they feel bad about themselves? Do it make sense? You see where I'm... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It don't make sense, dude, that people feel a certain way about getting older when senior is the top of the fucking... that's what you want. I remember I was dating some girl before. I never forget this. I was dating this girl before I was a teenager. I was like 17 years old. She was like 16 years old. And I asked her, I said, would you go out with a grown man? She was 16 now. I said, would you go out with a grown man in the senior years? This bitch said, yeah. And we broke out in this huge, I was going to marry this bitch. Baby, it's not funny. It's not funny. I was going to marry this bitch. And we broke out in this huge fucking argument, dude. I mean, it was the stupidest fucking argument. She was like, it ain't like I'm going out with a grown man, Rashid. I said, yeah, but why the fuck would you do that? You're a child. I was like, you're a child. What the fuck? I was snapping the fuck out. You're a fucking child. What do you mean you go out with a grown man? I was like that. And she didn't even know the grown women fucked me and I was little. She ain't know that shit. I don't tell no bitch that shit. But I'm just saying, you know. And I got pissed off at her. You know, as a guy, you just think different. And women don't give a fuck. And let me tell you, women sit around and wait for you to ask some shit like that so they can slam your face in the dirt. Don't think they don't. They sit around and wait for you to ask questions like that. But men smart. They never fucking do. They never fucking. And I put my foot up my ass on that one. And that bitch said, yeah, I go out with a grown man. I said, what the fuck? And we got in this really, really huge argument. Really fucking huge. Well, if she asks me at that age, would you go out with a grown woman? We'll say yeah, right? Think about it. See, we would. We'll say yeah. Fuck yeah, I go out with a grown woman. That's just a bitch fine. They find senior citizen very attractive, but as long as you look good. That's the thing. You gotta look good. You can't be a fat ass and don't give a fuck about yourself and let yourself go. You know, you gotta be a real serious person to take care of yourself. What if you had a girl? What if you had a girl? You want her close and everything. Then this motherfucker come downstairs looking like somebody like, I'm guessing, what's a good looking senior person? You with a girl, you bring over your house and your dad is somebody like, Paul Newman. You got a father that look like fucking Paul Newman and shit. You know what I'm saying? Gray hair, little bit of wrinkles happening. Paul Newman comes downstairs, he's your father. Now the girl you with look at him and you look at her and say, that's my dad. Now your 16-year-old go to the bathroom, he walk over there and go, nice to meet you. That bitch a pissing her damn pants, dude. And y'all fuck, these bitches ain't shit.
Why Continental's chicken feed fair? Chicken feed? Yeah, Continental has the special fare. You could save up to 50% if you buy in advance. Sounds interesting. And you can save up to 20% even if you don't. Yeah, but can I buy one and fly right away? Sure, you can leave today. I can't believe I'm the only one who didn't know about this. Advance purchase has some restrictions. Call us or your travel agent. George, found your turtle. And your plane.
Thanks, Dad.
Can't find soap.
Here. Still out of soap. That's the difference. Makes you feel cleaner.
Thanks, Dan. I never had a dad like that act like that. I knew somebody that did though, but it was fake. They always doing it around people. When you call your dad Pop, then you know you got a good parent then, dude. If you can't call your dad Pop, you ain't got shit going on with your father, dude. Swear to God. If you could call your dad Pop, then you got a good fucking relationship, no doubt. My little brother did that shit before, and what happened was the funniest fucking thing in the world, because my dad was like a no-nonsense kind of guy, baby, you know, y'all know that. Y'all know we say that. My dad was a no-nonsense kind of guy, and my little brother walked by before, he said something, he said, okay, Pop. My dad said, watch it. I said, I remember that shit. He's like, watch it. And my little brother never seen it again. But my little brother tried it. You see what I'm saying? I ain't never tried no shit like that. Because I'm going to tell you the truth. I ain't give a fuck about him. I call him nothing. Not even my dad. I ain't give a fuck about him. So I only gave a fuck about him when he brought home toys. That's what I gave a fuck about him. That's what I gave a fuck about when he brought home toys. And my little brother said, hey, Pop. He said, watch it. He said, watch that. So I knew, okay, my little brother better not call him Pop no more. I wasn't going to never call him that in the beginning with, so I don't give a fuck. But if you call your dad Pop and he alright with that shit, then you got a fucking good fucking shit going on there, because dads don't play that shit for some reason. You know, hey Pop, how you doing, Pop? A lot of dads don't play that fucking Pop shit, dude. So would you let your child call you Pop? I think that's pretty cool. When you got dads to call you, okay, you can call me Pop. You know. They say you can call me Pop. You can call me Pop. Then when it's time for him to kick your ass, what if you bring it up and his ass whooping he giving you? What if he bring that shit up? Remember you call me Pop? Oh yeah, remember you called me Pop? He finished kicking your ass. He beat you because you did something bad. Then he left. Then he come back and say, hey, remember you called me Pop? Okay, remember you called me, and he kicked your ass over that. What if he was that type of this? Dad's crazy. Some dad's crazy like that. My dad was the type of guy who he'll beat you, then leave, then come back and beat you again, then leave, then come back and beat you again, then leave. And about the fourth time, then he'll leave you alone. I don't know why he was like that, but he was. My dad ain't give like one ass whooping and just walk out the room. My dad ain't never do that shit. And I'm talking about my adoptive dad now. He never done that. He always came back, left, came up and all right, here you go again. I got fake tears in my eyes, and here you go again. No, they really was fake tears in my eyes, dude. They really was. I was trying to look pitiful so he could just leave me the fuck alone. And he coming back again. Why would you do that? Here you go again and shit. Why would you do that? I start screaming, because screaming is an ass whooping too. It ain't gotta be physical. My daddy really never beat me. Only time he beat me, and that's about the 6 minutes. Only time he beat me is with a belt, and it's because I pissed in the bed. You know, I had trouble with peeing in the bed because my dick is loose. You know, because I was abused and shit, so I pissed in the bed all the time. Not everybody that pissed in the bed was sexually abused, though, but in my case it was like that. So I pissed in the bed up to like almost 8 years old, for Christ. Not even, no, that's too old. Wait a minute. I think I was about 5 or 4 years old. Yeah, about 5 or 4 years old. So he gave me a nice beating with a belt. He was smiling and everything, letting me know, don't take it personal. But it worked. But surprisingly, it worked. I stopped peeing in the bed. It worked. It really fucking worked. You know? He put my legs up in the air and had a leather belt. And he wasn't hitting me that hard, but he was just spanking me, you know. And the shock of what he was doing shocked me more than the pain itself. That I'm getting a beating because I peed in bed. And it worked. It actually worked. I stopped peeing in the bed. I really did, and I heard from a lot of individuals that that's the way you do it. Because you know you don't beat them hard, but you let them see the shock of punishment rather than them feeling pain. You let them see, and it worked, Shit, and I stopped peeing in the bed. I stopped doing it. After that, I stopped doing it. I think it was the smile on his face that made me stop doing it, because you could see in his face that he was like, I gotta do this. Kind of, when he was looking at me, he was like, I gotta. When I looked at him while he was beating me, he had a little cracky smile, so I knew he wasn't mad. So that made me, for some reason, that made me stop peeing in. I don't know why. But that helped me stop peeing in the bed. After that one time when I saw him smile doing it, I didn't never pee in the bed again, dude. I didn't. To this day, I never peed in the bed again, dude. My dad was a really nice guy, but he was just raised really rough, and he couldn't help being the way he was. And and shit like that. But when I see these guys with these dads that they can talk to and go out with, it's like, you're lucky, man. You're so fucking lucky, dude. Because I never had it. Not like that. Not like that. It was mine was in it. He'd take us out and all, but we wasn't talking to each other. You know, fuck it. But we'd take the fact that he brought us toys, he took us out, he took us to the movies, took us to the carnival, this and that, and it was all that shit. So we accepted that, you know, and we knew, you know, you always know when your dad do something for you, he didn't talk to you, but he did stuff for you, you accept that. And it was like that. So it was cool. It worked out all right. But we couldn't call him Pop. That's the thing. Couldn't call him Pop, dude.
When the kids are growing up, you're on your vacation, save the action and the color in movies. With Kodak projectors, movies are easy to show, too. And cameras start at less than $35. Actually, you know what Kodak does for you? See this? It's Planters potato chips. So now there's 2 stackable potato chips in town. We asked people to taste this bowl, but which one tastes better?
Planters tastes better. It's good. I can't explain it, so you gotta taste it. And you gotta try it, and you gotta experience it.
Yeah. So, anyway, here's the new picture for R Rabbit, guys. Check it out. Here's the new picture for R Rabbit. There it is, right there.
I want a big cereal. And I want a crunchy cereal. There's no need to fight. Big Honeycomb is just right. It's real big. And it makes a big crunchy noise inside your head. Toast Honeycomb cereal's part of a balanced breakfast. Now we got Honeycomb, the big cereal. With a big crunch. Thanks to Billy Big and Crunch Crunch.
I didn't get no Disco Duck on this thing. Disco Duck, I'm gonna do on the weekend. Yeah, I'm gonna do that on the weekend to honor Disco. The fact that Disco is not here no more. So every like Friday and Saturday, if we do a picture up, I think I'll honor Disco. I think so. Like that. You know that's part of the shit.
Atari cartridge game is in.
Excuse me. Uh-oh. Yours again. Oh, Atari fancy that. It comes with 27 games, but that's just the starters.
It's funny how social media came about and just took over everything, you know? First it was Atari, video game, this, and now it's like social media came over and just took over everything. You could tell the kids who ain't have it, they were so sad. They was just so sad. The kids who didn't have a Atari console or a Nintendo, they was just, you could just see it. They never showed it, but they always showed it. They was just so sad that they didn't have a video game console. Not everybody can afford that shit. That was $100. Wasn't it $100? The Nintendo was $100, $99.99, I think. I remember, if my memory serves. Atari was $160 something like that. I remember that. So yeah, but this is R Rabbit, guys. This is the new shit. Check it out, right? Nice, right? Nice, funny, kind of funny there. Nice shit.
What you get? I've got a great ring. I got a charm for a necklace.
The fun machines, always at participating Hardee's.
AMM took 10 of its lightweight Roadmaster bicycles to Willow Springs, California, and road tested for performance, road tested for maneuverability, road tested for
This is gonna be a good animation here. I'm juicing us up.
Oh, Hoffmeyer. I'm letting them squeeze the German in my store. Hoffmeyer, are you crazy?
I know that it's really amazing to see this stuff. Don't think I don't know that. I know. And what is more, I never see nobody do shit the way I'm doing it. Yeah, getting our mouth watered for this animation. Well, we don't even got names for this shit. We ain't got names for this shit.
That's right. The toy that lets you create beautiful pictures with light. With colorful pegs that glow with light, light bulb not included, make people, animals sing. And with refills, Bugs Bunny or Bozo the Clown.
I just like to advertise. I know a lot of things that we looked at that was pretty fascinating that we didn't know what it was. You know, and it held power. Like, for instance, I'll give you an example. I could read a comic book, like back in the 70s I read a comic book. I looked at a comic book. And they just had a picture on the comic book. They had a picture. And this picture wasn't nothing. It really wasn't nothing. And I always see this one picture in this comic, this one picture. So after a while, the picture became something, even though it was nothing. You know, it's like a brain, a mind thing. So I like that, and I could do that with creating things. So it's going to take a while to do this R-Rabbit thing. It's going to take a bit. So we might as well have fun and get used to the picture. And the picture's going to keep coming. They're going to keep coming, getting us prepared. Then I'm going to turn around and re-upload the pictures we saw already. So some days y'all might come to a picture up and see a picture of R-Rabbit we already saw already. So that's going to be cool to do.
A special family presentation narrated by Fred Astaire.
The Easter Bunny is coming to town today.
Let's all have a happy Easter.
The Easter Bunny's coming to town.
I got some treats coming up, especially with my broadcasting. I think I'm going to try to get that done probably in the fall time, during the fall time. For some reason, the fall time is awesome for broadcasting. And the summertime is really awesome for broadcasting. But the thing about the broadcasting thing in the summertime is that it's shicing, and we want to see content. You know, we like to see content in the summertime. So that takes up a lot of time in the summertime. But that broadcasting in the summertime with the door open and this funny fucking shit, and it's like the Rashid YouTube radio show, you can't get over that, how fun it was, you know. It didn't go nowhere. I'm just moving it to a different level. I'm putting it on a different level around RVT. Because now we have RVT now. Back then we didn't have RVT. So this is really amazing to do it this way, you know.
Part of an original crowd. And if you look around these days, there seems to be a Dr. Pepper craze. I'm a pepper, he's a pepper, she's a pepper, we're a pepper, would you like to be a pepper too? I'm a pepper, he's a pepper, she's a pepper. If you drink Dr. Pepper, you're a pepper too. Be a pepper, drink Dr. Pepper, be a pepper.
And everybody ran and drink Dr. Pepper, and you think it tastes like pepper, and it didn't. It tastes like cinnamon, right? It tastes like ginger or cinnamon. It don't taste like pepper. Well, you think it when you was a child, you thought it tastes like pepper, you know. You wanted it. I heard most of them soft drinks are under the same name. I swear to God. Yeah, they're under the same name. You'll be surprised how many merchandise are under the same name. You'll be surprised. Do you think they're two different companies? No, they just jerking you off, dude. They under the same name. And you gotta respect that and like that, the way they doing it that way, because it's giving us a choice. You know? It's giving us a choice. It's better when we have a choice. It's always better when we have a choice. So, but getting back to this animation here, I want to keep putting out these pictures because I want to get us familiar with this animation on Rashi Cybertube, because it's going to be on Rashi Cybertube, and I want to get us familiar with it. You know, the humor and so forth. Now, when we watch the animation of R-Rabbit, we're going to notice, we're going to find out, not notice, but we're going to find out the names of the characters, how each one of them act, and so forth. And it might shock a lot of people because they're getting comfortable looking at these pictures right here, and in your head, you're like, okay, I think I know how they act. I think I know how they talk. And then you see it might be totally different. Exactly, because I know a lot of celebrities that I like to sing. I'm not saying no names. And these celebrities sing. They sing. Then when I hear them on an interview, I say, what the fuck? I know they talk like that. You know? Some celebrities be singing sexy as hell. And when they talk, you expect them to talk like Marilyn Monroe and shit, you know. All that, then they talk and they talk ghetto. And it's like, what the fuck? You know? And I know a lot of celebrities like that. So with this, no, I'm telling, Big, I don't give a fuck if it's true. It's the truth. So when I do this R-Rabbit, you mean, okay, I know how they sound. I know how he gonna sound. I don't bet on it because I don't even know yet. How you gonna know and I don't know? You know, nobody's a magician around here, because if it was, there'd be rich people around here. You know? So we gotta wait and see. I'm getting excited about it. I'm getting really, really excited about it. That's an odd commercial right there. Didn't you like Pepsi, Cola, when there wasn't no warnings on the label? You know, like it got glucose and all this bullshit in it. Didn't y'all like soft drinks when it was innocent like that? Now here's the thing that's getting me. Now pay attention to this. Pay attention to this. Back in the baby, I'm not getting cynical. I just want to say this. Back when we had soft drinks in the 70s, there was no such thing as soft drinks causing diabetes. There was no such thing as soft drinks being bad for you. There was no such thing as soft drinks being anything but refreshing. I was a child. I drank soft drinks and I grew up and everything. And now they saying we have an obesity problem with soft drinks. And they showing the youth, younger than me, with the problem. Now, does that make any sense? Think about it. How long has soft drinks been on the scene? Soft drinks, they call it pop. They call it they call it soda pop. They call it, and I'm going to get a pop. They ain't call it soda. Nobody called it soda. They call it a pop. P-O-P. I'm going to get a pop. Goes back to the 50s. Okay. All this time is nothing. Now it gets you fat. It causes diabetes and all that shit. And people that used to drink it are practically dead. They still around. A lot of them still around. But the point I'm trying to make is, what are they talking? What are you talking about? I mean, like, how can I say this? It's children today. They say they obese because of soda and all that shit, in the schools and all that shit. It's bad for you. It's bad for you. All right, we got that shit. We got that. We was drinking it and we're still here. I mean, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, how come they caught it and we didn't catch it? That's what it is. That's how you say it. How come we caught? How come they know? How come we got away with it? And these youth right here can't get away with it, like destroying health and all this bullshit. How come they're suffering and we didn't? So my generation ain't suffering. How come their young generation suffering because of the soda, but our generation, we got away with it? Does that make any sense? You know what I'm saying? Like, when I was young, we drank the soda and stuff, and we got away. We older now, and it's like we middle-aged now. We, 70, 60 kids. We here, Got a little waistline. That's natural. That's a natural fucking thing. So got a little waistline, whatever, But we're here. We're here. We didn't catch it. Now, the kids today, it's the same soft drinks and all the shit, and they all plump the fuck up or sick or whatever. How come what they special kids or something that can't drink sodas? What the fuck is this? What's going on here? How come we got away with it, but they didn't get away with it? And if they drink it, it's bad for them and this shit. But we drank it and all, and we're still here, and it's like you can't say, okay. They say, Rashid, I gained weight. I got a little weight now. No, dude, that's natural to grow up and gain some weight, though. Your metabolism slow down when you get older. You know that. You can't blame. You can't say, oh, I'm a diabetes now because I'm middle aged and it's because of soda I drank in the 70s. Dude, that's natural. When you get older, you got health problems. That's natural. How you gonna blame it on soft drinks? You're not paying attention to what I'm saying. I'm saying, how come these kids caught it and we didn't catch it, but the soda's still the same? Soda is bad for you. We turning around stupid. See, it's just showing how stupid we are. Because we turn around, it is bad for you. Dude, what did you mean thinking you drank the motherfucker? When you drank it, did anything happen to you? What the fuck you mean? Is it bad? What you thinking about? You can't remember you drinking Pepsi or Cola or whatever the fuck? So what the fuck you talking about? What are you thinking for? So, but nonetheless, senior citizens are thinking, is it bad for you? They turn around and look at kids. Well, I'm not going to give you no soda then. It's just idiotic. It's just fucking, I think, well, my personal opinion, they doing that to get people backing off on soft drinks because we have a bigger choice now in beverage. We have coffee, we have Starbucks, and we have health drinks, these power drinks. So they telling us to back away from that and give the other shit a try. That's what I think, in my opinion. That's just a method of letting us branch out to try other. I may be back to different, but that's what it sounds like to me because you got Red Bull now. You got all these power drinks that people drinking now other than soft drinks. And by saying that, okay, I won't drink a Pepsi, so I'll get one of these power drinks. You know what I mean? So it's a method to make us back off of. Because I can't understand it. That don't make sense. That don't make sense. We grew up on Hawaiian Punch, Coca-Cola, Sprite, Pepsi, all this shit. And we're still here. It's like, okay, now it's bad for you, causing diseases and all this shit. And these kids are like in a bowl of spaghetti wrapped all up in it. They can't drink this. That's bad for this and that shit. And hey, we here. We did it. How come they caught it? I don't know. It just shit don't make sense to me. That's all. I ain't starting shit. I'm just saying it don't make sense. Don't make sense.
Did you believe this? Then you would. Now, for your punishment, you'll watch us eat. Lap it up, pour the milk on your King Vitaman. Not mere nincompoop, the cereal. The cereal. King
Vitaman, new from Quaker.
This a lot of things I understand, but fuck it. A lot of things I don't understand, but fuck it, man. Christmas be coming up soon, guys.
M&M candies. Milk chocolate milk. Not in your hand.
Christmas is coming up soon, guys. It's not that long. It's really not that long. It's just about 3 months away. October, November. Yeah, about 3 months away. Basically. Wait, it ain't even September yet. So about 4 months away. Actually, 4.5 months. This month ain't even over. So we still got ways, but it's still right around the corner. So. Not RVT yet. I don't know how you get your household. I hope I don't know what if this summer was this bad. This has been a bad summer. I don't know how the holiday season is gonna be. It's people missing holidays and every fucking thing else, dude. I don't know, but I hope people really intelligent to pay attention to the dates and stuff. And I really hope they can do that. Celebrate the holiday season the right way and shit.
I got this Tweety Bird glass at Hardee's. I love it because he's so cute.
I like Bugs Bunny because he's tricky. For 49 cents, participate in Hardee's. You can now buy a big soft drink.
I think I got a good storyline for this R-Rabbit. I think so. I'm just toying with it in my head, but if you know, I'm just taking my time with it. I just don't want to fuck it up. I want it to be like Dragonfly. I have a lot of motivation when it comes to my animation, when it comes to caring for growing your animation out like a chia pet. I always use chia pets for an example. I do. And I always have examples. Other examples that I look at, besides the chia pet example, of people that take care of their animation. Even though it's not in syndication, even though they took it off the air because they say it's not getting good ratings, so they took it off the air. You still can go out and get these books, comic books, because it's still going on. It's just not syndicated on the air. They still making money off it. Just because something is not on the air, that doesn't mean that the comic is expired. You see, it's a lot of cartoons that's off the air that you think don't exist no more, but they still in syndication if you go to your local comic book store. You know. Is the water? Something's in my throat. And they have worlds. Especially when you look at anime. The caring, the tender caring they have for anime is immensely amazing. How they could do these and do this animation and make these worlds for these animation like they're pets. Like they care, like I care for my creations too. Everything y'all saw on RVT and on my YouTube channel, I care for. They my kids, all of it, all of the cartoons. I care just as much. And I would like to have the time to dig. Exactly, sweetie. And that's what I'm saying. We would like to have the time to to dig and just like y'all know I like trains. And I have a train. And I build this world around my train set. I make fake houses, fake trees, and I have a train set, you know. Your animation could be the same way. And anime grow their shit out like it's their children, like they pets. Like, I have a pet dog. And I care for her. I wash her. I feed her. I take care of her. Japanese treat their animation like pets. They create a character. Then they go and it's like having an ant farm or a hamster. You got one hamster, or owning an aquarium. And you go out and get all the shit for your aquarium. You put some good gravel down there, and then you go put, a little salt in the water, and then you get a good dosing pump. Then you do all of these things of growing aquarium plants, and you really they treat the anime like that. They grow it out in such careness that it's like a real person. It's just a cartoon. It's like a cartoon, an animation cartoon. But the fuck is going on? So when you look at these characters in these animation cartoons, when you look at them, they're like a real person. You get to go see the old neighborhood where they grew up in, and they care for each one. They can have a character in their animation who just sells newspapers, but they'll have a whole description of who that person is, how old are they, where they was born, what traumas they went through in their house, how they become a newspaper person. This is how anime do the anime. Certain animated animations in Japan are like that. They take the time, like you sculpting a bonsai plant, of going and getting your animation and making a whole world for everybody in the animation. And it would take hours upon hours upon hours to get through about learning about these animations. Japanese people are the only people that does that. They're the only people that does that. I mean, they go into explicit detail about a character like they're a real person. They show you pictures of their childhood. It's like, look, they even drew a picture of this person when they was a child. What school they went to, what kind of grades they got. Dude, I'm talking the whole shebang. The whole shebang. If I was about to say this animation, but I can't remember, so why even bother? It used to be in syndication on Saturday morning on Fox Kids, but it's not anymore. And I can't remember what it is. Probably the next picture up, I'll remember what it is. But the fact of the matter is that animation right there has it. And how they take time to just do this amazing shit for their animation is just impressive. That they care so much for them, like they're real fish in a fish tank. Now I care for my animation too, and I want to do the same thing too, but I don't have the time. I think in my person I could fuck with them. That's just my opinion. I think I could fuck with them. But the thing is, I don't have the time to do it. I have too much going on RVT to sit down and focus on one animation. Because Dragonfly, we right at the front door with that. And I'm going to keep working on Dragonfly. Now we're going to drag this R-Rabbit in there, And I think I can fuck with them with that. I do. I really do. But I don't have the time for it. I really don't have the time for it. Because I'm doing so many other things. And, it's going to take forever for me to complete. Well, I don't think it ever gets completed. I just don't think so. It's too much. It's too much, and it's just amazing how I think I can fuck with them, and if I had the time, I would. But what I'm going to do is what y'all see on that screen right there. Watch what I just watched. I'm gonna do it in a different way. I'm gonna do it in a different way. Already got Dragonfly. Now this one is next. I'm gonna do it in a different way. It's gonna be in a different way. I have Benny and Rye. That's the fox and the frog. There's not too many animal animations I have. There's not too many. I know Benny and Rye is one. You know, there's not too many animal animations. This one here is a whole fucking forest, dude. A whole fucking forest is involved in something really huge. And that's saying a lot. That's saying a lot to me. Because you never see nothing like that. You never experienced nothing like that before. Of a whole forest being involved in something. I'm thinking, you know, there's a lot of animations of animals in the woods and forests, but this one here is in, like Bambi. All of that is in the forest. All of that takes place in the forest, in the woods and all. But this is different. This don't have man in it at all. This is just the animals involved in some shit, you know. And we living in a time now. It's like we're living in a time now where man gotta be a part of every fucking thing, and it's not like that with me. And it's never gonna be like that with me. I can't get hip to that man in everything bullshit. That everybody, when you do animation, you gotta, you know, man is gotta be a part of it for some reason. I don't got nothing against man being in shit. Don't get me wrong. I really don't. But I got I have experience of Sunday night sitting down in front of the TV set, ready to watch Walt Disney, and then in come Davy Crockett. I want to see cartoons. I don't want to see no fucking Davy Crockett, dude. You know, you get these shows. They give us sweetie, exactly. We thinking we're gonna watch some cartoons, and I couldn't stand when it's it's like a human show, a person show. It bothered me. It's like you put a pie in my face. Cause just because he was teaching us. See, Disney was an asshole. He was a fucking prick. He was a prick. He used to come on his shit and get in front of the camera and say, I'm gonna tell you about Frontierland. Maybe it's an Irish thing. I don't know. Maybe it's an Irish thing. But he was a fucking asshole. He spent a whole show talking about all this shit. And you want to see Mickey Mouse. And he knew that. See, this is why he was an asshole. He knew that. He knew that. He was being a prick. Disney was being a prick. I know you want to see Mickey Mouse. I want you to look at me. And the thing about that is, that's the way people are today when it comes to social media and media in general. That's how they are today. And it just so happened Disney was the original person like that. Like, look at me, fucker, you know. Hello, this is Walt Disney. On the days Mickey Mouse, what was that? Walt Disney show, Mickey Mouse show. I want to take the time out to show you around what we have here at Disney World. It's amazing, this amazing amusement park, and you're sitting there like, what the fuck is this shit? Nobody wants to look at you, dude. Then he's sitting there, and then he have a pointer in his hand. First, let's talk about Frontierland. Here, the Native Americans, like, what the fuck is this shit? But that's what shit he pulled. He pulled shit like that. And it's Sunday night, and you waiting and waiting to go see Mickey Mouse. But see, here's the thing. Disney knew that shit. It ain't like he didn't know. He knew that. And he like, look at me. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I want you to see who created all this shit. I'm gonna say that, and that's what kind of attitude he had. And dude, I swear to God, that's what kind of motherfucker he was. He give you the shit. Don't tell me. Don't get me wrong. He gives you the shit. He give you the shit. But all of a sudden, he wants to come up in the shit. You see the point? He wants to come up in it. He giving it to you, right? He wants you to know he created all this shit. And you get people like my cousin was like that. He'd do something, then he'd come back and say, who's responsible? You know, you get these people like the guys y'all know. Disney was one of them kind of guys. Who's responsible? Who's, you know, Disney don't want to be behind a curtain. You know how what's his name? Fritz Freeling. Did he do the voices of? He does the voices of Bugs Bunny and all that shit. He only do it on a talk show. If he go on a talk show, late night talk show, that's when he do the voice of Bugs Bunny, Elmer Fudd, Yosemite Sam. He does the voices for them. He don't take the time and go in front of Warner Brothers or Looney Tunes and say, hey, I'm Bugs Bunny. This is what, and he wants you to see who he is. Disney was like that. He wasn't like that. See, Disney was a motherfucker. I want you to see me. I want you to know who's responsible. So when you go see this magical world, it all started with a mouse. Or you gonna think about Walt Disney? He made sure of that shit. You ain't gonna be all up on his shit, enjoy his shit, not knowing this ain't Hanna-Barbera, dude, who does Yogi Bear and Scooby Doo. No, Disney doing his shit. He wants you to know about him. I created this, and that's what kind of person he was. And you gotta respect that shit. You don't. You gotta respect it. But at the same time, you can't help but being pissed off when he pull that shit. And then on top of that is man. Is his shit. Man, he wants to be in everything. If something real popular is out in his animation, man is not gonna go for that. Especially the white man. He ain't going for that shit. He ain't going for that. White man ain't going for that. White man gonna say, either you gonna write me in the script, or I'm ripping it off the ear. I mean that. You're gonna write me in the script now, or I'm ripping it off the ear. See, man wants to be in every goddamn thing. They don't want to give children straight animation without no tricks or gags. They don't want to do it. They don't want to do it unless it's a profit. Then they'll do it. Other than that, man wants to step in shit. He wants to be part of the animation. If man can't be part of animation, then it's a no-go. It's a fucking no-go. I'll give you an example. Remember in the 80s, Bugs Bunny had a commercial with I think it was all of the Looney Tunes about Great Adventure theme park. They're the mascot for Great Adventure theme park. They had a guy that stepped on there. What if they did it all cartoon, advertising for Great Adventure theme park? It would look more like, hey, it's cartoonish. They had one thing like that where they were singing, come to Great Adventure, da-da-da-da-da, Six Flags Great Adventure, da-da-da-da-da. So they had one commercial like that. But they still had a man voice come in there. They ain't going to give it all animation. You know, they ain't going to give it all animation. If something is all animation, you will get more profit is what I'm trying to say. You'll get more profit than if it's not on. Nobody wants to see man when you sit down and watch animation, dude. Unless you're going to sit down and watch Dick Van Dyke and that fucking Mary Poppins thing. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. If you said it hard enough, there's something qualitative. I'm did a lie. So that's the only way it's okay, man and animation together. Okay, I can accept this. But in general, you don't want to see man when you look at no damn animation. You don't want to see it. You don't want to see it. If it's like Roger Rabbit, okay. But just talking and just like nobody wants to see that shit. And that Six Flags Great Adventure thing, he came in there and he was like, right, Bugs? And Bugs looked like he gave him the middle finger or some shit. But he didn't. But it looked like he gave him the middle finger. So, man came in there and fucked that up. He came in there and ruined it. In my opinion, if they just put animation in it only, they would have came off better. They just would have came off better. Man wants to stick his face in every fucking thing. So you go see Walt Disney shit, now you got real stories. Nobody asks for that. And they know for a fact, if you ask the kids, do y'all want all the kids will say, no, we want to see cartoons. Maybe, just maybe it's because they couldn't dish out enough cartoons because it takes time to make. And then, okay, let's spread it out to realistic material because cartoons take time to make. But I know that don't make sense. If they got time to do realistic shit, why not take time to do that? Yeah. I don't know why I don't know. I just can't get over that realistic shit. I can't get over that realistic shit. Only realistic shit that's good for animation is like Herbie, the car Herbie, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, That Darn Cat, The Cat from Outer Space, The Shaggy DA. I can understand that. But when you get stuff like the Black Hole and all that bullshit, no, I don't understand it. And when you get stuff like Davy Crockett, a man that's fighting, but back then in the 70s and 60s, that was the shit. That was the Indians and cowboys and Davy Crockett, and I understand they was on into the frontier thing in the 70s because I remember it being on back of the Cheerios box, and I'm eating cereal and I turn the back of the Cheerios box and I say, look at this frontier shit. I mean, that's all it was when I was coming up, was cowboys and Indians bullshit. That was the highlight of children. That, Legos. Then when science fiction Star Wars came in, that broke everything up. Yeah, that broke. When Star Wars was invented, was made, that broke everything up with that frontier shit. Now everybody got a different taste of space, science fiction. Then came Buck Rogers. Then came, Flash Gordon was always here, but still it was like, But it's just amazing that the frontier stuff ruled at one time in America, all around the world for that matter. It just ruled the Indian and cowboy thing. Even on Saturday morning, I heard they started out with the Lone Ranger. The Lone Ranger, they ain't had no cartoons Saturday morning. They started out with real people shit. Cartoons was really meant for adults, because they played them in movie theaters and they advertised for them. When they found out kids liked it, then they came out with, okay, let's make cartoons for children. But it wasn't really like that. Cartoons is meant for adults, and that's hard to believe that it was meant for adults. Why would they didn't think children would like cartoons? Or I don't understand it. Maybe they didn't think children would understand cartoons. Maybe that's it. But I know they use cartoons for in-between movies when you go to the movies. That's how cartoons was supposed to be used, and they were for adults. Well, when they found out children like them, then they say, okay, we got to tell this Howdy Doody to move over. We got to tell this Bozo the Clown to move over, because these kids like cartoons. Then they start making them for children. And it's hard to believe that it was like that. It's just hard to believe that it was like that. That they made that cartoons is made for adults. It's an adult thing. Now, it's like they went back to that. Yeah, they went back to that because now you don't have Saturday morning cartoons no more. They took them all off. You ain't gonna find Saturday. Only time you're gonna find Saturday morning cartoons if you got satellite TV. Meaning you can't go to the main stations and see Saturday morning cartoons. You can't go to Channel 6. You can't go to Channel 10. You can't go to Channel 3. Because everybody know in the 70s, Channel 6 was the place to go for cartoons. That was the place. You didn't want to go nowhere else. Channel 6 was the absolute place for Saturday morning cartoons, period. Every Saturday morning. They took them all off. There's no such thing as Saturday morning cartoons no more. Unless you have satellite TV now, you go to Cartoon Network or go to Nickelodeon, whatever, then you'll see cartoons on Saturday morning. Now, from now on. They changed the game. They changed every fucking thing. They took them all off. So now it returned to, okay, there's no cartoons on Saturday morning. It started out that way. That's the way it started out. It started out with no cartoons. It started out with the Lone Ranger. It started out with Rin Tin Tin. It started out with Lassie. That was the kids' shows on Saturday morning. Then they added cartoons. So now it went back to, okay, take the cartoons off the end. So you know, animation is it was something going on with animation in America. There was something going on with it. So they took off, you know. We got no more Saturday morning cartoons. Now you just got to go to satellite TV with cartoons 24 hours a day, basically, on satellite TV. And speaking of satellite TV, you have that fucking Disney Channel. Only thing Disney Channel, did you see that new Mickey Mouse animation? I don't know if that still come on. I think it do. I think it does. Oh man, if Disney would see that, he'll lose his damn mind. It has love in it. That's the only thing it has going for it. At the end of the cartoon, they show a great deal of caring and love at the end of the cartoon, basically. That's the only thing it has going for it. Other than that, it's like Ren and Stimpy. Mickey Mouse is like Ren and Stimpy. You know how gross Ren and Stimpy is and shit. Mickey Mouse is like that. I mean, it's like they don't get nasty like Ren and Stimpy. But the movement, the animation is like Ren and Stimpy. And it's like, what the fuck is this? What did they do to Mickey Mouse? Goofy have no, you know Goofy wear pants. They got him wearing no pants. And Disney will lose his fucking money. But the point of the matter is, that's how Mickey Mouse look now. Man want to be part of animation. He want to squeeze his ass a fat ass in animation. So there's no reason to have no humans on the Disney fucking station. The only thing on Disney station that's human they supposed to have is that shit they always have. There's plenty of people, movies, that's Disney, that they should have for the Disney Channel. I don't know why they using kids, these pop culture shit on Disney Channel and all this shit. The Mickey Mouse Club, they supposed to be acting like that. But that's what Disney wanted. That's what his legacy. That's what he wanted. He wanted, if you're gonna be on his shit, you gotta be oriented with Mickey Mouse. If not, you gotta tell a story. Like, I think Old Yeller was Disney or something. Nah, Old Yeller was that Disney? That was sad though. How could that be Disney? But anyway, for the most part, you gotta be you gotta have that Disney flavor. You know, they changed the Disney flavor to urban. Disney will lose its. How are you gonna change Disney to street, to being on the street, to urban? How the fuck you gonna do it? How the fuck you gonna do something? I mean, Disney is magical. There's no magic on the street. Disney is expanding your imagination. How is that on the street? Having urban. How is that in the urban? The bottom line in that Cartoon Network is another motherfucker. It's supposed to have cartoons on there all the time. It's a Cartoon Network, right? Disney's supposed to have Disney cartoons or Disney shows, not that urban shit. I'm talking about just forget it, because everybody it's like, yeah, nobody understands what I'm talking. Just forget about it, because then you get the MTV music television, ain't no music on there and shit. Now we gotta go through that. And if these people want to run their shit that way, then by golly, let them run their shit that way. I'm not going to get into it because I don't think nobody feel what I'm talking about anyway. But anyway, y'all see on that screen right there, I'm going to show you what I'm fucking talking about. I'm going to do shit the right way around here. The right fucking way, dude. The right way. And you got your choice. If you don't like the content with RBT, then don't come around here. Just like any other station say the same thing. If you don't like our station, I apologize, and feel free to go somewhere else where you're accepted or the material is to your palate, to your taste. And I apologize for insulting or whatever around here. But the point I'm trying to make is that if you're going to do something, why don't you just stay the way you are? Why you got to fuck up? You ain't got to fuck shit up. You don't have to fuck shit up, and they just fucked up. They fucked up. They have these stations and not being true to the station what the station is. You're not being true to the station. You look at this shit and say that's not what this station is about. This is supposed to be this, and it's so normal. You're not paying it no attention. How is it still music? Why? How is it still music television? How? I don't get there. I don't fucking get that. Don't you care? I mean, at least change it up so it could be like, okay, you'll make some changes to it just to have the old classic MTV stored away of music television. No, they letting it go on and on and on, dude. They letting it go on and on. It says something, but don't live up to what it's saying. And I don't care. I'm an American, and that's the way we do shit around here. Y'all know I don't give a fuck. But the thing about it is this. Here's the thing about it is this. I was in school before, in junior high school, and my teacher said, you know, it's the Toys R Us store out there. You know the R is backwards? Do they realize that the R is backwards? Maybe somebody should go in there and tell them that the R is backwards. You know, and she thought somebody was that stupid to do some shit like that. But that's what she said. That's what she said. And what that taught me is that people out there that look at shit like that. Believe it or not, there's people out there that look at shit like that. And I have a hard enough time people looking at my content saying I'm not white and all this other bullshit. I don't want them to look at my content and think like that, you know, like this, that, and the other. You know. And people out there, there's so many people out there that's like that. Wow, music television, and they don't, I just don't feel right people are doing that shit to me. I just want to be different. I just don't want to be like, they ain't got no problem with it. Obviously they ain't got no problem with it. But there's people out there that look at content like that. How is it the Cartoon Network when there's no cartoons on it? Why do y'all like Apple Jacks when it don't taste like apples? Remember that commercial? There's people out there that look at shit that way. And I don't know. I just feel a type of way about that, and I can't fuck with that. I'd rather be true to the game about shit. I ain't saying they're not, but they started out, and they're going to remain that way, and they don't care. They don't care that people look at them that way. They don't care. So these are the things I'm going to work hard on around RVT and R-Rabbit that y'all seen on the screen. Yeah, I think I talked enough too. Y'all ready to get out of here now? Because we got things to do. We got heavy things to do, guys, today. So, thanks for stopping by, and maybe I'll do this again tomorrow. And I got some shows coming up, okay? I have the showcase. Give me another week and a half, or 2 weeks. And we're going to wrap that up. And we're going to sit back and have a nice time. And I don't like the fact that it's the end of the summer shit. And I ain't want it to be that way. I know, sweetie, but it just bothers me that it's like that. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted for this motherfucker. That's not what I wanted. But here's it. I wanted to do the showcase. Because this is bullshit. I wanted to do the showcase. And then all the rest, because it's Shiesty, I wanted to come on the air and do other shows. I understand that, sweetie. I understand that, but I didn't want it to be like, okay, the showcase is the high point of the summertime. Ain't no high point with me. My name Rashid. Ain't no fucking high point. I go on and on and on. Ain't no high point with me. The showcase is the high point of the summer. That bothers me. I don't like that. I don't like that. And it's a good thing that Shiesty lasts to the end of September. Because I'm going to have another show up there. Ain't no high point my ass. Ain't no high point with me. It just bothers me that all of this bullshit this summer prevented me from getting work done. You know what I'm saying, guys? Y'all know that on Shiesty, RBT kick ass, and y'all know that. Me happen to have to open up a new website, fill it with content, then I have to go to the hospital, take care of my health fucking shit, because my health, I got to check on that, along with basically that's it, and that's enough. It just was it was just a hard summer. It wasn't an easy summer. Y'all know damn well Shiesty be kicking more than this. But then again, see what y'all looking at on the screen? If y'all add the fact that what we doing now with the colony and yeah, that's how, and picture ups, and we are balling here. So we gotta look at it that way. But it's just, this is mediocre. I like good shit. This is not good enough. What y'all looking at on the screen and what y'all hearing, this is just not good enough. That's just Rashid. I could kick some serious ass, and y'all know I can. But that's another story. I'm doing the best I can this summer under these circumstances, motherfucker shit. Going to the doctors and all this bullshit. And that fucked me up. They held me back, dude. They held me back. And at least I'm still doing what I can. And we still rolling, dude. We still here enjoying ourselves, Didn't go nowhere. Ain't going no fucking where. And watch what I do while I'm here. While we here. So, just, right, sweetie, while we here. So, guys, I'm going to try to do this again tomorrow. I don't know. But I know that showcase be up about a week and a half to 2 weeks. So I want y'all to be on that thing or be up on that, because we're going to have fun for 2 days. Okay? I want y'all to be up on that. Anything else I'm missing here? Alright, I guess that's a wrap. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll be talking to you soon. Okay? See ya.